Hello and welcome to Kloeker Education Foundation, where we provide quality content for amazing teachers and students. If you're joining us from our previous video on price, welcome back. If this is your first time, we're glad you're here. This is our Intro to Business series, and this lesson is on economic utility. Let's dive in. We have two objectives within this lesson. That is to describe the types of utility and explain ways in which business affects economic utility. Now, as far as the types of utility, you might be wondering, so what? Why is this important? If you're hungry and you go to the kitchen for a snack, what do you choose to snack on? It's going to depend on what you're in the mood for. Certain foods will have more utility for your snacking appetite. Individuals and businesses have to make similar choices when it comes to utility. Now, what is utility? Would you buy a pair of shoes that are 2 sizes too small? Would you buy a ham sandwich if you were a vegetarian? A product with utility has the ability to satisfy what a customer and consumer wants or needs, and services can also possess that same utility. Now, it's all relative. A constant, as we know, is permanent and unchanging, but utility is relative. The same product might have different utility depending on who's using it and when he or she is using it. In a scenario you might be familiar with, studying for a test, that study guide has a lot of utility prior to the test. After the test, though, the utility of that study guide has diminished. Now, typically, utility is measured indirectly. It's used to compare levels of satisfaction, and higher satisfaction generally means higher utility. But as far as the types of utility, there is form and task, time, place, and possession. Now, companies and businesses affect economic utility in several ways. It's all boiling down to marketing, about the customer. We talked about that in Unit 2, customer relations, and the influences that has on utility. For form and task, businesses create and enhance form and task utility by developing new products, adding new features to their goods or services that are already onto the market. For example, having an app that displays the restaurant menus is great for utility. Being able to order from the app provides a new feature that makes it even more useful and has more utility. Time utility. Marketers figure out when a customer needs the product. Other areas of business get involved like planning, purchasing, production, shipping, and delivery. And good businesses are able to make changes quickly to avoid and correct timing problems. Again, a study guide is great for a test, but after a test, it's not as valuable. Place utility. Businesses must put their products in the right place, the place where customers can and want to buy them. Businesses plan to move products to put in the right place to make profit by selling them. For instance, if you live out in the desert, a canoe might not be very beneficial. They probably will not have many canoes stocked if you live out in the desert. And possessional utility. This, of course, makes it easier for customers to afford the products. It tailors sales presentations to the desires of what the consumer wants and provides ease of access to the product or service. It makes it able to do whatever it takes to make the sale and make the utility of the product worth it. Now, e-commerce has changed a lot, and the internet has drastically increased and changed the way we view things as useful. E-commerce has changed how business operates, how they create and enhance economic utility for their customers, and it affects all 4 types of utilities that we covered in this video. Now, let's take some of those situations that we spoke about and apply it to things we might be familiar with. Think about a recent purchase you just made. How were the 4 utilities provided for that purchase? What improvements or increase for that utility would you like to see in the future? How do we innovate it and make it better? Now let's take these principles in this lesson and apply it to a situation so we can continue to develop strong ethics and character in business through the gray zone. Now, Daniel is a salesperson for a manufacturing equipment company. One of his established customers is interested in purchasing the company's most expensive machine, but only if it can be delivered by Thursday at the latest. The shipping department has told Daniel that she will try to get the order there by Thursday, but she can't guarantee it. So, what should he do? Should he be dishonest to make a sale? What would you do in this situation? Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our lessons. As always, thank you again for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and check us out on Teachers Pay Teachers, YouTube, Rumble, and the Kloeker Education Foundation website. Our next lesson on economic resources is just a click away. I'll see you there.